Hey guys, welcome to Life with Sheila. Today you're not going to get a vlog, but I did want to talk to you about my June goals. Happy June 1st to you. I hope that June finds you well, healthy, and ready just to tackle a few goals of your own. I figured if I share mine, I would love for you to share yours, so join me down in the comments below. And however I can encourage you through the month, let me know. I will. Whether it's sending you a message on Instagram, checking on you, or if you just need an accountability partner for whatever it might be, I would love to be that person for you. Okay, I really just have a very few goals this month, believe it or not. One of them, well, when I get to it, I'll let you know where else you can go to keep track of that. Sometimes I can set a ton of goals and I achieve them all. Sometimes I will set a ton of goals and achieve none of them. This month I have set 4 main goals, and I hope to hit every one of them. Some of them are easy, some of them not so much. And I will kind of break it down a little bit. June is a great time to set some goals that you have wanted to tackle this year. And I say that because starting in July, you're at halftime. You're at that halfway mark of 2020. And like you, I don't want to be at the end of 2020 and have reached none of my goals. That would stink. I've done it. I've done it for years. I'm sure you have too. And it's time for us to set some goals that we can actually achieve and to encourage and push each other to kind of hit those goals as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to share these 4. I do have a few personal ones that I am not sharing, but I may document and kind of share at the end of the month. I don't know, because I haven't worked the details out in that yet. The first one is important, and it's going to take me a few minutes to get through because I do have kind of some explaining to do. And it's not to justify, it's just to kind of share of why this has not been happening like I want it to. So here we go. My main goal for June is to be consistent in my posting video schedules. And that is not only on this channel, but it is also on Writing with Sheila and Love Life Now. If you have not checked those channels out, they're over in the sidebar, but I will link them down below. I usually try to keep them in the description box if you just want to see what else is going on in my life besides some of the vlogs that I share. Sometimes I'll share over there. I do not have enough subscribers on those channels to have a community tab, so I will utilize the community tab here. And if there's anything important, I'll just tell you, go check it out. Consistency. I have struggled with this. I think last month when I went ahead and started the other 2 channels, I had a schedule set to go, but I also did not take into mind that my husband's job would still be the way it is. For those who do not know, he is furloughed every other week. So really he works 4 days on and has 10 days off. And on his off days, that off week, I go to work. I'm back in the office 5 days a week. I'm back to normal. And I don't say new normal. I cannot stand that phrase because that is not a new normal. That's not a new normal. That's just a crazy situation still happening that I do honestly believe will fade. And it has already started to fade quite quickly, at least here in Texas. Thank goodness. But I have not been consistent because a lot of times when he is off, I haven't been getting up at 4:30 in the morning to get him out the door by 5. I have not been going to bed at a time where I need to be able to get up at 4:30. And honestly, physically, I can feel that. It had caught up with me today because he was off all last week. And then Friday night was the twins' graduation, so didn't get home from that until 10:30, 10:45, and then ended up staying awake till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then woke up Saturday and then still stayed up till 3:30, 4 o'clock again. I don't normally do that, but we were just playing music on Amazon and singing and dancing and just having a good time. And I don't regret it, but my body does. I was very sore yesterday because I probably shook my tush and moved muscles that I haven't quite moved like I should have. And it was enlightening to that extent. But let's face it, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, you know? I'm gonna be 47 in September, and here I am acting like a 20-year-old, at least with my sleep schedule. So, when I don't have the morning time to film, it kind of takes away from sharing as much as I want to with you guys. My most creative, quiet time and all that jazz is in the morning time. Because usually by the time I get home from work, it's cooking dinner, doing whatever I need to do. And by then I want to take the bra off and put on PJs, and you don't want to see that flopping. So I've tried to get my vlogs done kind of early so I can enjoy my evening just relaxing. Usually I'm editing or planning or something, but it's still enjoyable to me, but it's off camera, it's off a video. So I really do want to be more consistent. A lot of that consistency is still going to rely on him getting back to a normal schedule. He went back this morning. I will know this evening if maybe possibly this will be when things go back and he's back to a regular work schedule and we could get back into routine that way. He does not like being off all that time. Even though now the boys have, they have fishing rods and reels, and so he has the opportunity to take them fishing during the week because the boys really love to go fishing. But I will tell you that when I'm at work and I come home, he wants my attention, he wants my time, and I appreciate that, and I'm gladly give it to him. But it's hard to give him full attention if some of my attention is on filming or editing and all that. And during the weeks that he works, when he gets home, he really just wants to kind of have a little downtime to himself even. And so he doesn't mind if I'm a little busy and not paying 100% attention to him. You guys who are in relationships probably understand that. I am thriving right now because I am in the house by myself at the moment, and it is just the most amazing, beautiful thing. The TV is off, the house is quiet, and I am sharing with you. So I'm fully engaged and excited. Now, with that said, that would mean my idea of consistent posting is videos on this channel Monday through Friday, videos on Writing with Sheila on Tuesday and Saturday, and then videos on Love Life Now on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It keeps me from not really filming a whole lot on the weekends, so I have the weekends to spend with my family. But it's a lot to do when you're filming and sharing on 3 different channels through the week. And I'm okay with it. I want that. I love it. I thrive off of it. But it's just finding the perfect balance of what is working and what doesn't. I will probably elaborate a little bit more on changes that are going on in our home on Wednesday on Love Life Now. And if you have not if you have not hopped over there recently, I did put up a Motivational Monday video today. So go check that out. I'll leave it down in the description box below. My second goal out of the 4 is to read every day. I love reading. And I can tell you that some of my most dearest times, especially when the kids were younger and we didn't have all sporting stuff going on, or we weren't running here and there after work and all this stuff, was to have dinner and then settle in with a cup of tea and a book and just simply enjoy. I began to love reading in middle school and junior high, and then it carried on through high school and into adulthood. And now as an adult, I've gone in and out of seasons where reading was my thing, and then I've gone times where I haven't read a book in a year. I always read around Christmas time because I love Christmas novels. So I have set myself up with several books to read this summer. I will be sharing that tomorrow over on Writing with Sheila. I'm going to share my book haul and my summer to be read list if you would like to join me. I would love to share that with you, and perhaps maybe we could read along together. That would be fun. So I'm going to read every day. Teaching readers, I always know that readers are leaders and leaders are readers. And if you want to lead in a community, or if you want to just stretch your mental ability to understand and to comprehend situations and people, reading is the way to go. Even if it's fictional, you begin to understand personalities, and you begin to understand there are different perspectives than just your own. The way we see things isn't always how everyone else sees things, and the best way to get a different perspective is through a book. There you go. And you guys know I love books. My goal number 3 is to write every day. It comes natural. I love to write. You guys know that. I'm in the middle of writing 2 books, a nonfiction book and a fiction book. And then I have another fiction that I started for Christmas that I want to pick back up. But I need to get these 2 manuscripts done. So my goal is to write every day, at least for one of those books. I may alternate one day one and one day another. I don't know. I have to see where those juices flow. But my goal is to write every single day. Read every day, write every day. And to share a little bit more in that journey. Again, with his change in schedule, I've kind of gotten off track of sharing over on Writing with Sheila. But I do want to share more of that, just maybe to inspire you. We all have a story within us. Even if you just write the story for yourself, it's quite the journey. Quite the journey. And you'll be surprised how these characters in this storyline, even though you might have it mapped out to the T, will take its own journey. And these characters will say and do things that you didn't expect to happen. There's been twice, writing 2 different books, I have walked away from my computer just shocked because I didn't expect a situation to happen. I get lost in writing just like I get lost in reading, and I love it. And my 4th and final goal is to connect with you guys a little bit more. I think we've done very well in the comment section. I definitely respond to every single comment, but I want to get to know you a little better. I have been opening up myself a little bit more, and I want to even be a little bit more vulnerable in my vlogs and show you a little bit more of the things that most people won't, like the mess on the floor. Shelby always has a mess in my entryway because she shakes the towel that when we're playing, and shreds of it go everywhere, and then it gets caught in her fur that's everywhere. German Shepherds tend to shed quite a bit. But I don't share those with y'all because I was afraid of judgment. But honestly, what are you going to judge me for? Because my dog sheds and I don't want to sweep 5 times a day? Sorry. I sweep once a day, vacuum once a day, and it's good enough for me. It's just going to have to be good enough for you. I live in a home that is lived in. It's not for showcase. I don't show off my home. I want our home to be cozy and clean. It's clean, but I'm constantly cleaning up dog hair and dog toys and cups the boys leave out and those little things. but I know I'm not alone in that. So I want to be a little bit more open with you, but I also want to get to know you guys a little better. So I am working on a way to do that on a personal level. I could jump on here and do a live, but I don't like that because then trolls can play too. But I'm working on an idea where you guys can participate in a live and we don't have to worry about nonsense just because it's out there. So those are my main goals for June. I would love to know yours. I think out of all of these, I'm really excited about reading every day and writing every day. But more than that, I'm really, really goal-oriented to be more consistent on this channel and the others, just because that's where my heart is. I love sharing with you guys. I did buy a new window, a window mount for my camera, a dash mount, so we can share a little bit more in the car. The one that I had just gone kaput and it was time to replace it, so I did. So we'll be getting a few more car chats with me, which will be fun. Sometimes when I'm driving, I have some thoughts going through my mind that I would not mind sharing with you. I had considered going live on the way to work in the mornings. The only problem with that is I can't see your comments and respond. It would just be literally me just chit-chatting, and I don't know if you're up for that. Let me know. Until tomorrow, I will see you guys then. Bye. Happy June.
Looking for